Hello, my name is Garx82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. Alright, I've been a little bit busy here crafting up some things. So first thing I ended up doing was crafting this network tool, and pretty easy to make. It just needs, not that, it just needs a panel, calculation processor, and my nether quartz wrench. And basically what this will do is you can right click on it and you can see how much EU per tick your energy system is using, and I have a feeling that it has been greatly increased for Gregtech New Horizons, because I don't have much of a network here and it's already using 200 EU per tick. So I'm gonna have to be pretty careful with that. Because I didn't realize it was quite that bad. Now, if we look at these, like this says 3 EU per tick, but I'm pretty sure it's like times 10 or something. I haven't worked out all the different, like the numbers. Like this is half a EU per tick, half, and stuff. All right, and I had to get my fuel back up, obviously. So what I have done, I have connected the 3 heavy fluid tanks, or super tanks. They're pretty easy to make. And I put the export buses on each of these. So this is my heavy one from before, or this was my hydrogen sulfide that I moved and replaced it with the heavy fuel one. And then kind of temporarily, I just threw these right here. I have no idea where I want to put all this stuff. But I have my hydrogen sulfide and one for light fuel. And these, again, have the export buses, the fluid export buses. And then this one, I don't have a storage bus on, because it's just using the fluid canner. But these I did put a fluid storage bus on, so it can distribute that like elsewhere, wherever it's needed. So, for example, the light fuel, the sulfuric's going in here, it's getting used, ends up in here, and then I have added underneath here a export bus for light fuel. So that's automatically inputting light fuel. And as you can see, it's coming down here. I got rid of all the bronze piping. It just goes under there. I did craft another ME controller because I was rapidly filling up on channels. As we can see, I'm already like, it's pretty crowded down here. So I got another one. But yeah, just the setup alone requires 3 on this side, like that's 7 channels right there by itself. Now I also crafted up the fluid interfaces, which were a bit of a pain. If we look at the recipe, I needed 2 of these ME fluid storage things, which, as we know, these are a bit of a pain to make. But I had the batteries. I used 2 of them to craft it. And basically what this does is, like, I was debating whether to put import buses on each of these, which I may do in the end. Like, these are export, and I may just have import buses on each of these. But basically, it is like a chest for fluids, and each side has a different tank, which is kind of cool. But basically, I just have the 3 different inputs going in there, and then that's hooked up underneath. And basically, whenever anything ends up in here, it just ends up in the ME system, and then I have it being exported out. But anyway, that's kind of what I have done here. I kind of wanted to do a lot more, but unfortunately, with the nerf or the increase in EU per tick, I don't know how big of an ME system I can get quite yet. Because, yeah, eventually I kind of want to have all this stuff. Like with storage buses and export buses and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. So today's episode, I haven't quite figured out what I want to do yet. My main goal right there was to set up my the fuel. I needed to get that back online. And it looks like with just the one generator and a turbine, I am producing enough. But obviously, if I start running blast furnaces and HV machines, we're going to start dropping because the A system is using so much. But anyway, let me kind of figure out what I want to do for today's episode, and we will be back. All right, so as I've been kind of doing some things around the base, I have realized there's a bit of an issue with these tanks, and I don't know if I can show it right now. The issue is there is no priority system on the fluid. Extra Cells 2 doesn't have priority, so I think like sometimes it puts it in here and sometimes it doesn't, and I'm not entirely sure like why or like when it is, and it has something to do with this. So if I have it only set to extract, it's not putting the fluids in here, but I would have to wait to see. Yeah, so it just went, and it did seem to put it in there, but it hasn't done it in the past, so I'm a little confused as to really if that whole setup is actually going to work in this pack, purely because there is no priority system. So I may have to, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't particularly want millions of buckets worth in my A system. I mean, I can do that, but if a bucket is 4 bytes, like that's going to fill up these things really fast. I mean, I guess that's not a problem. I can just upgrade them, but I don't really like having like infinite, like this is going to be producing infinite light fuel, so I don't really like having that go in my AA system. But anyway, just thought I'd kind of point that out. Now, I've also, in between episodes, kind of rearranged a little bit here. I haven't quite figured out where I'm going to put everything quite yet. I moved my bending machine over, and because I crafted a thermal centrifuge. So I think this, does it say? No, it doesn't say because it's not running. I'm curious. Yeah, so that's using a whole heck of a lot of power, so I got to be careful running it as like super long time, basically, because it's just going to drain a lot of power. I'm just not producing enough light fuel is basically the issue. So if I have that running, this is probably going to drain. Yeah. Yeah, so that's going down really quick, and I'm just not getting enough fuel. But the reason I wanted that is to get, I may actually, now that I'm thinking about it, until I kind of, I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, until I get like a better source, I may just use my old thermal centrifuge, because that's not, yeah, that's only using 488. But anyway, that I wanted to do that for the quest, this quest. All right, but basically the EV age, there's a few main goals here, and one is to get to Mars. One is to produce better circuits, which is this ethylchlorohydrin that will lead to better circuits. So that's another thing I want to do. And I need also radium, and I think it's behind this quest. Now, there is also a whole nuclear reactor thing, and it has been multiplied by 10. So, I mean, that is probably a really good source of power. So that is another thing I probably want to look into sooner than later. It does use HV, platinum, reactor chambers. Yeah, none of this is too bad. It does use quite a bit of titanium. That's 18 titanium each, I think. Yeah. So again, another reason to get my titanium, my rutile production going. Anyway, I thought I would check out this because I have no idea what this does. Chest which holds radioactive materials. I have no idea what radioactive materials I would be holding. What's the 7 hours of radio? I have no idea what that does. So I figured let's go ahead and craft that. And to do that, I need, I don't know. Let's do that to there. Ooh, that's 9 dense lead plates. I just realized that's a stack. Ooh, I am short on that. Galena. Can I just melt this down? Yeah, all right, so we'll just do that. Let's go up that way. Yeah. All right, so that may actually be enough rutile for that quest. Maybe? I don't know. I need 16. It is. Let me do that quest as well while I'm waiting for this stuff. All right. So I got my rutile. I need a stack of carbon, I think. Is all my carbon in here? No. Man, I have all my stuff spread out all over the place. There is my carbon. And I need chlorine. All right, and that should finally do that quest, right? Yep. All right, so I'm just gonna throw this back. All right. Oh man, it needs this fluid as well. All right, I didn't realize that. I will go ahead and get that probably while I'm not recording. Anyway, let me get the rest of this lead and the rubber. I think, yeah, we're almost there with the rubber. And then we'll check out this lead line box. All right, I almost got all my dense lead plates here. And one thing I did realize, and I'm not entirely sure the cause, this wasn't getting enough power, so it was actually voiding some of my light fuel. Like it would start and then it wouldn't finish. And that was one of the reasons I was kind of like behind in light fuel. So I just added a battery buffer. It might be just loss, cable loss, or I wasn't sure if it was maybe this, because this can only output 4 amps. So I was thinking maybe it was using like a bunch of amps going that way, and there wasn't enough amps left for this. I really don't know. So I figured why not just, I had a battery buffer laying around. I had some batteries. Why not just throw them there and then that will stop that from happening. All right, but anyway, lead lined box here. Now it's kind of funny that this has 9, but they don't stack to 9. So that's interesting. Hopefully that won't be an issue. But I do need, I think that's 16, isn't it? Oh man, I only have, am I short 1 ingot? I'm gonna laugh. It looks like I am short 1 ingot. I'm just gonna throw this through. I think that's 16 ingots. Let me just do the math really quick here. 2304 divided by 144. Yeah, it's 16 ingots. Thankfully you can smelt down galena, because I know in previous version of Gregtech that wasn't a thing. You had to electrolyze galena. But alright, I am getting that. Let me just pull this out just in case. So hopefully that works, even though these don't stack. That happens a few times, I've noticed. There it goes, I see it going. Zeotite. Isn't that like a zeolite? Oh, this is actually different. I remember in I have seen it stack up to like 100 and something, and it won't work. Maybe I'm thinking of a. Oh, I'm curious. Was it lithium? I think it's lithium that recipe was under. And there's so many different types of lithium as well. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a large, you can electrolyze it, and there's like a large multi-block, so you can just put as much as you want in the input hatch, or the input bus. Anyway, so there is this. I have no idea what it does. I'm assuming it's kind of like an inventory. You put stuff in it, and stuff happens. All right, so it's a chest. All right, so I would never have guessed that from the look of it, that it was a chest. Now, I guess you just put, does it only go down like that one? I'm just curious if it, does it only face that way? Anyway, let's take a look at this. Radon is used for quantumize. It needs up to 7,500 ticks or 75 minutes to decay, or sit and enjoy a few sunsets. Make sure to send it for cleaning after you're done. So purified uranium, decayed uranium, radon cell. That's the only way to get this. I remember there's other ways to do it. I like that reward. So uranium, do I even have uranium? I don't know if I've gotten uranium yet, or even gotten to a place where you can, now that I'm thinking about it. Uranium, where are we? Lepersonite. Holy cow, that's some crazy. I don't know what uranium is talking about. 238. All right. Also, if you hover over this, I don't know if this has changed, but it'll tell you the things here. So uranite vein. No, I don't think I have. Pluto, no. Or the deep dark. All right, so I guess we're not quite there yet. I don't even see one. Is it Deimos? Deimos? Yeah, so I don't see any of the ways to get uranium yet. So I may have to actually, yep, upgrade my rocket sooner than later here, I think. All right, so it looks like this is, yeah, I don't think I can get any of this yet until I get to another planet. All right, so that rules out nuclear reactor as well, because obviously I can't run a nuclear reactor if I don't have the uranium. All right, so that leaves upgrading my rocket and epichlorohydrin. Now, epichlorohydrin is probably going to take a whole episode on its own. So let's take a look at the tier 2. Can I do it that way? Yeah, tier 2 rocket. Now, I don't think, oh, it may, right. So I need to turn this into a, each rocket needs a construction plan. Scan it in a HV scanner. So I got to craft an HV scanner and put the construction data on a data stick. All right, so let me go ahead and craft this up. This is going to take a little while, I think. And heavy duty plate tier 2 is, I'm trying to remember how I make this. Right, meteoric iron and heavy duty plates. Tungsten steel. All right, so I may actually have to get tungsten steel here, but tungsten, I don't know if I have tungsten yet. Oh man, I might have to do this rare earth to get the tungsten steel needed for this to get the tungstate. Deep dark. All right, yeah, Mars. All right, so let me take a look at, let me take a kind of figure out how I want to proceed here, because it seems like there is quite a lot of stuff I need to kind of research. All right, so as I was kind of going through an NEI black hole here, I found out that to get tungsten at this stage, you need tungstate, and to get tungstate, you can get it from moon dust or moonstone dust. You can centrifuge it for a tiny pile. So you need 9 of these. So you can send that through. So that's how you get tungsten. Oh, sorry, actually, you need 7 whole tungstate dust. So you need like a stack of tungstate dust through a centrifuge. Somehow, and I have no idea how I got this, maybe from a drop, or I really have no idea. I had 2 of these in my ME system, and they're actual tungsten. It's not even tungstate. So if you look at tungstate, you electrolyze it with some hydrogen, tungstate, and then you get the 1 tungsten from 7. So I have no idea how I got that, but I will take it. Now, to make tungsten steel, I think it is, do you mix it first? Yeah, it looks like you're going to mix it first. All right. Okay, so no, I have an HV mixer. I was thinking this was an EV mixer. So tungsten and steel. So let's go ahead and get that. I have some steel right here. And I needed a... So, like, why does this need a circuit of 1? In the... Is it a 1? Is that what it was? Yeah, so this needs a 1. All the other mixing ones are 2. I guess... Like, maybe one of these other ones is a 2. I don't know. I should just throw another circuit in there. I'll worry about that later. So 1 in there. How long is that? That's only 10 seconds, not too bad. That'll get us our tungsten steel. I'm curious if there's a quest for this somewhere, and I just don't know yet. I feel like this is a pretty important... Tungsten steel is like a gate to the insane voltage tier. Now, for the tungsten steel to cook up, I need it in the blast furnace so we can do nitrogen. It's a little bit shorter. But see, now we're having an issue here. This is going to require almost 5 million EU. So how many do I have in here? Well, I have 4 million in here. So maybe while it is running, I just don't want this to like... I don't want to ruin the, like, lose this dust, because it is very important right now. Do I have... I do have some nitrogen over here. Now, obviously I can only do 1 at a time here. But I'm hoping that this is full as well. Don't I need to shoot. I also need to attach this. I know it's not attached. Yeah, I can't get to it. All right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to like turn everything off to get this 1 tungsten steel. Oh shoot, I don't know if I can even get back there anymore. No, I can't reach it. Oh, that's weird. So if you're... Oh, okay, I know why. Yeah. So if you're holding these things... There we go. If you're holding these pipes count as a whole block. If you're holding Gregtech tools. But if you're not holding that, you can jump over it. So that's why sometimes I can't get over there. All right, that's good to know. Okay, so here we go. See, is that enough? It should be more than that, shouldn't it? Because I have 2. I guess it's times 2. It is EV. Okay, yeah. All right. So the question is, am I going to have enough power? Am I producing enough power to get this tungsten steel done? Anyway, I've been putzing around with this for long enough here. Let's get this started. Let me just get all this out so I can put that in there. Yeah. The input hatches do not work on the top layer, so I had an input hatch here, but I had to replace it with the energy hatch. All right, but there is that. I guess let's go ahead and throw the tungsten steel in and see if it works. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be sad. Let me just double check. Needs the 11. All right, so let's throw it in here. Should turn on. I may have to enable it. All right, and it is not getting enough power. So I just lost that tungsten steel dust, which I had a feeling I may. All right, let me figure this out and we will be back. All right, so basically I have unhooked every single machine and I'm just praying that I'm producing enough power with 2 HV gens and a steam turbine that I make it through this entire process. I had to unhook like everything. So as we can see, I'm draining power and all sorts of stuff, but I just want to get this 1 ingot of tungsten steel here. So basically I just unhooked everything. So it's basically the batteries are just going into the blast furnace. But yeah, let's come back when either I lose the tungsten steel dust again or it finishes. All right, it actually looks like it's gonna be fine actually. So I think, yep, there it is. There's my hot tungsten steel ingots. Now, before I throw that, yep. So even this needs HV. All right, or EV power. So this is definitely, yeah, I'm definitely kind of trying to do a little bit more than my base can handle at the moment. Because if I attach a second hatch here, which is I can do, I highly doubt I'm going to be getting enough power. All right, so I'm going to have to kind of figure out what I want to do here. I am thinking that I'm going to have to upgrade this battery buffer and start using the batteries. I think trying to do what I'm trying to do here off the battery buffer is not going to work. I just don't think that is. Yeah, I'm just trying to like press my power system too far, I think. But at least we got our tungsten steel ingot here. But in between episodes, I think I'm going to go ahead and craft up a EV battery buffer. I don't even know if that is like a... Well, I guess that's the thing, but I don't know if there is an actual like EV battery buffer quest. Like these have one, like all these 3 all have battery quests. I don't know if EV does. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pulverize a whole bunch of my moon dust stuff. I have plenty. I have like 20 stacks, so I should be able to get enough tungstate out of that to get some more tungsten. And I'm also going to have to craft up a electrolyzer. If I spell it right, electrolyzer. I'm going to have to get an EV electrolyzer here. Yeah, man, these circuits, they just require so many materials. At least this doesn't need any like motors or components or anything. But I need that to get the tungsten. All right, but that's going to be it for this episode. So thanks for watching and have a good one.